We're streaking.
Take it off.
Let's get take it off. Nice and cool outside. Not that kind of streaking, Dev. Pull your head out of the gutter. Come on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Nuggets at home once again. This last of the long homestands here in the month of January as the Nuggets host the Portland Trailblazers. The reeling Portland Trailblazers, or perhaps the bouncing back Portland Trailblazers. We'll find out tonight together. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up, and do so because that man over there, he's going to place the bets. Keep this thing rolling. This money, what is it called, a money train? Is it a money train? It is a money train. Keep this money train going.
I mean, I just can't wait to give you guys all winners, bangers, winners, all of that stuff.
Filling my pockets. I'm out of pockets. I have so much money from these wins. Got a squad with me, not at the arena tonight. Is wearing his wife's shoes, though. It's Harrison Wind.
You don't think men can wear Uggs? Have you seen Tom Brady? The GOAT?
Oh, man, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tom Brady inspired.
Have you never seen?
I did see him lose last night. Is that
quite the time to be back in time? I wouldn't even do that.
Well, I mean, the man's won a lot in his career. We got to give that to him. No, but I just thought I had to drop into the studio, get some takes off tonight. So here I am.
I can't wait. I feel like Harrison is ready for some takes. I'm excited for.
We'll see.
We'll see. Hot take Harrison. Hot take Harry. Over here, I got D-Line Co.
What's up, guys? I hope I don't steal your intro.
What?
So sorry. My mind's on.
Your mind is off on another world.
Dude, listen, man. Not to bring it down. I'm just really bummed out by I hate I don't like when my real life gets merged into my Nuggets life, but I'm feeling down today. I'm not happy.
You don't want to talk about why you're feeling down?
We just have to constantly talk about this goddamn thing with 104.3 The Fan blatantly stealing our shit. And
right.
It's funny. It's cool for everybody else. This is like
loser behavior.
This is it just shines directly on me, and I cannot escape it. So whatever. Let's go. Jokes time.
I know Eric just likes to love and laugh and giggle, but every now and then,
dude, it just bums me out because literally all I want to do in this world, and I literally just want to make things that people like. That's all. I've worked in corporations, I've worked in startups, I've worked all over the world, and I mean just in the creative industry, and literally the only thing I ever came back to is that I want to make things that people love and they like and are meaningful to them.
Right.
And on days like this where I have to hear things. It's like, no, man, they didn't steal. Somehow you stole. I'm like, man, what? What?
People don't get it.
It's bothersome to
but
me. So I'm sorry. I'm a little down this day.
Well, we're gonna. You know who's gonna pick you up?
Who's that?
Nikola Jokic.
Let's go.
Definitely not me. I have no ability to. A man who's never down though. Vibes are always strong with him, whether he shows it or not. Superstar Dev.
Let's shake that off. Whatever just happened right there, let's shake that. My boy's going to be right. We're going to get back to Jokic getting us going and making sure that the vibes are back high.
Let's go.
I like this. Kale, can you switch the camera? Wake up over there, Kale. Come on.
Shake that
I like
off.
this energy. This is like when you have kids, they do that one a lot when they're excited. They just start bouncing in their chair.
Jumping.
They're so excited. Childlike wonder. All right. Take us through this game. Portland Trailblazers in town. We hate them. Give us some game notes.
Yeah.
Finally.
They haven't copied anything we've done, though.
Yeah.
We love them.
The biggest news that
they did copy Jeremy Grant.
That's a great point.
And they also tried to get a European center. And,
they didn't copy
They
us.
got
What
Chauncey
are they doing?
Chauncey, oh my God.
This is copycats,
everybody.
man. Loser behavior,
Jeremy,
Portland.
Nurkic, and Chauncey.
Yeah.
I'll give him up.
Actually, I take that
Pack
back.
them up.
The biggest news that dropped about an hour or so ago, Michael Malone is out tonight. He's entered COVID protocols. This came out just an hour or so ago, like I said. But David Adelman, the Nuggets' second-in-command assistant coach, their offensive coordinator, he's stepping into the big chair. He's coaching tonight, so that's going to be a big change. Adelman said pregame they found out around shoot-around. That's when they, found out he wasn't feeling that well. And he's just not, going to be coaching tonight.
Man, get well soon, Moach.
Yeah,
Get well
soon.
I mean, in all sincerity, not having your coach for a game. Are you doing okay?
We're giggling about the comments now. We're beyond the show. We're in the comments.
If people want to know how it is to host the show, I want you to know there's a rhythm to it. I introduced the panel, and then these two just completely tune out. They just and then it's like they're talking, distracting
for at least the first segment.
It is much like taking a road trip with my children, where that's a very early point.
At
a certain point, are you like,
Dylan,
you drive now? Like, what's your big takeaway on this stretch of the highway? Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying at this stretch right here, it's like children. In all sincerity, though, like Michael Malone being out for a game, he gets thrown out of a game. David Adelman steps in, fills in. You're out for one game. All right, the game plan was already set, like whatever. But Malone might miss, 2-3 games. They have a back-to-back. They play Minnesota tomorrow. They got a game on Friday. Like he ends up missing 3 games. I actually do think this has a bit of an effect on the team. What do you think, Dev?
What are we talking about?
I think it has an effect on the team. I mean, Nuggets have won.
Can we ISO on this camera for a little bit, Kale? Can we ISO over here a little bit?
Back. That's exactly what I needed.
We're calling the play. Let's call that play where you guys go stand in the corner. Get out of here, Michael Porter.
Get out
of here, KCP.
We're a couple of MPJs over here. We know Jamal or Jokic is going to pass it.
Throw it back to us.
All right. I thought I was throwing you an assist. Thought I had a lob there. Get up and dunk it.
It's gonna happen soon.
Anyways,
watch. Now I'm in it. Now.
All right.
I think this is, I think it could be big. The Nuggets are rolling right now. They got a good routine. They got a good rhythm. 6 in a row. Malone, I feel like, has been pretty good as of late. He's been relaxed. I feel like he's been coaching pretty good games. So this definitely can throw a wrench into things. But we'll see.
All right. What else?
Dev, do you want to chime in?
Yeah, just not having their guy. And coach. I mean, I think it just has such a big impact as far as like they found a rhythm with him.
Yeah.
They've got themselves going, especially on that defensive end. And I feel like he's been doing a great job of like being like the voice on the floor. Yeah. Last game, I don't know if it was just because I was at the game, but like I have not seen him on the floor screaming and trying to get guys involved in quite some time. So for him to be so involved on the defensive end and them to actually make some type of change, not having him here, I feel like it's like when Adam's not here, we get to kind of do whatever it is that we want, and when I'm not getting called out for these type of things. So I do think it has an impact, but I do think that it's refreshing to hear from different voices and new people every now and then. And maybe Malone needed the rest. Hopefully he's okay, but maybe he needed that time off as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Jamal Murray is available and starting tonight. He's in the starting lineup. He's good to go. There was a weird thing that happened with him on the injury report today. He was probable with a left ankle sprain. That's the injury that's been bothering him the last couple games.
Plays tonight, so I'm guessing he doesn't play tomorrow. No, we're not getting ahead of ourselves, but it is a back-to-back. So
yeah. Then he was all of a sudden questionable with right foot and ankle inflammation. So I don't know what happened there, but he is playing tonight. Bones Highland was also questionable coming into tonight. He is available as well. I haven't seen any word about Vlatko yet, though. He was also questionable. So we'll keep our ear to the ground on that one.
No update on Jeff Green today at shoot-around or anything?
No, he's still out. I think he should be getting reevaluated very soon, though. So we should get some news pretty shortly on when he could be coming back.
Okay.
But yeah, we got the Blazers in town tonight. Portland's 21-22. They've won 2 in a row. Both double-digit wins, both over Dallas. Luka only played in one of those games, but they beat the Mavs pretty handily in both. Blazers in their last 15 games, 14th on offense, 15th on defense. So
very mid.
They've been very mediocre, these last 15 games, but always feels like Denver-Portland is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's a divisional game. And also, like, you just have a chance whenever a team is reeling, you have a chance to kind of keep them reeling. You know what I mean? This is a great, for one, you get to keep rolling. But it's also just a great one to be like, nah, we're ahead of you guys.
Well, and that's it. Like, this is like the wounded animal or the guy with his back up against the wall, where you have to make sure that you do approach this, even though they are reeling. They're a professional basketball team that has won games. They do have talent. So, like, you can't take a team like this lightly. And that's what I love so much about the Nuggets in this last stretch and this year in general, is that their mindset has been different. Like, they really are just coming out and taking care of business and, like, taking care of teams that are lesser than them, and like reminding them that they are the better team. Like they took their foot off the gas a little bit, it felt like last game, but I feel like so the Nuggets have an opportunity to sort of like regroup themselves and really take it to who should be our rival, but has fallen on bad times.
All right, you missed the top story though, Wind, and I'm disappointed that you did because there is a top story tonight.
Oh,
Dev, have you seen this? Nikola Jokic got a fit off today.
I thought this was going to be a whole segment.
We had a whole thing. Bring it up. Oh my goodness! Look at my man with the hat.
Oh,
He looks like he's about to do some gangster shit. Look at this thing. What are these tails on the back?
You got the tails
we
going.
got tails
too.
going. We got the hat.
I've never seen the tails before.
I mean, that's like a trench coat. Like,
Are you
it's
supposed to tie those?
Yeah, you're supposed to cinch it in the front.
Do you think he doesn't know how to tie
No,
his
man,
own?
you have way more swag when you just let it hang like that.
Well, that's
though.
just
My God, look at this man.
Yeah, I let it hang. The hat is the thing that like just throws it off. That's the gangster thing.
Yeah.
That's like the Peaky Blinders hat.
That is
I
Peaky
know
Blinders. Yep.
Yeah, this is a tough outfit. And he's been bringing it lately.
So you approve of this one? We couldn't decide if this was awesome or a little funny.
I think that the swinging, I don't like that part. But
The swinging? The
little
ties?
flaps that are just
Okay.
hanging down. I've never seen that before, so it throws me off. But everything else about it is swag. And also, he's been saying that he's going to get dressed, especially at home, right?
Yep.
And
He
he's
has
been he's been sticking with that. Like people have been bringing it, and I feel like they've been winning ever since he said that.
Oh, these are the analytics I'm looking for. This is the deep dive.
Man, this guy definitely looks like you. Like if you owed somebody money and you saw
Yeah, he
this
came in.
figure coming
This guy
down
came in.
that would be a bad situation. Like the only thing missing, the only obvious thing missing, where's the gold chain?
You think he needs a gold chain with
It's a
it?
gold chain, dude.
I don't know. If you're in I don't know, man. The assassin doesn't get the gold chain. That one, you're all business, man. All right, I want to talk. One thing I want to talk about now is the Western Conference playoff standings. I don't know if you guys have looked at the standings lately, but it is becoming clear to me. Here's the thing: Nuggets, Grizzlies, they're going to be top seeds. I mean, they're just going to have. I knock on wood. Almost certainly, they're going to be top seeds. New Orleans right now, Sacramento, Dallas. To me, they're pretty much. I have confidence that they're going to be playoff teams. And then me personally, the rest of them are all jumbled up. I think Golden State's going to get in. They're getting Steph Curry, and we got Steph Curry back. They're going to be back. I think they'll be there. To me, the teams that I think are most likely to not be in that top six are the Clippers, the Jazz, the Timberwolves, the Blazers, the Thunder, the Suns, and the Lakers. What's crazy is of those teams, three of them are not even going to make the play-in.
That's so wild.
Not even make the play-in. So here's what I wanted to ask, Eric. If we're looking at the standings now, Jazz, Clippers, Timberwolves, Blazers, Suns, Lakers, and Thunder is a wild card here.
Oh my God.
Eliminate three of them. Thunder
Thunder's
seem the
out.
most likely.
Yeah, Thunder's.
Although I'm
and
telling you,
I think
if they wanted to win, though, if they like made a trade, if they made a trade,
could.
well, that's it.
They
They
won't,
don't
but-
want to.
Yeah, I just don't think that
want
they
to
want to
win.
win at all. Even if they didn't make a trade, I think they could win more games than they actually pitch.
They don't want
do you know?
to.
Do you know what their over/under was on the season? 23.5. They have 21 wins. We're halfway through the season. They're almost going to double their over/win at this rate that they're at.
My Thunder.
Isn't that crazy? But they're out. I'm with you.
I'm
They're
going to
out.
eliminate the Utah Jazz. Also.
I think I agree that they seem the next most likely.
And I'm also going to eliminate the LA Lakers.
Wow. See, this is where it gets crazy. So if we agree that Jazz, Thunder are the most likely, Lakers, Suns, Timberwolves, Clippers, Blazers, like one of those got to go. From the play-in, not the playoffs, the play-in.
I know, like LA's entire hopes and dreams are on Anthony Davis's health. Like, how good do you feel about that?
LeBron's playing pretty good right now.
I mean, right now it's a long season. There's a lot of season left. He hasn't made it through the last couple.
Dev, Thunder, Jazz, do you also think they're the teams out?
Yeah, I think that like with Jazz, like I don't think that they was ever supposed to be winning this many games. So like now you're starting to get them back to life. The Thunder, they don't want to win. Like it doesn't make sense for them. Their best player has not played a game for them yet.
Who?
Chet.
He's better than Shea? Get out of here, man.
So I think as
No
far
way,
as like a
no
winning
way.
impact, I think that Shea is like,
All right,
of course,
well,
their best player.
wild
But
take.
like Chet is a player that could be an all-star.
Dev got school off tomorrow and started drinking.
Shea couldn't. Shea could. I mean, he's not going to be that.
All right, so Jazz and Thunder. So
We're Chet believers over here.
yeah.
I mean, I would like to see him on the court first before I declare him better than a 31 point per game score. But whatever,
Shea
to each
is
their
just
own.
like now getting to this place. Like Chet, I think will get there.
All right, we'll see. All right, those two though. But then you got to pick one of these other teams that like is good, who is it?
I think it could be the Suns. I think it'd be I mean, Devin Booker, he's actually like hurt. He's had to sit for a while. Yeah. It's not like it's like these.
He'll be back.
Yeah, but then he could get hurt again, and they have shown that they can't win without him.
Dude, he's not crazy. I hear more and more people just saying. I mean, the topic now on Twitter and with people is like, should the Suns blow it up? Like, should they just get ahead of the curve?
I think that's a real thing. Also, like the big change of why they became even relevant. This is where they belonged. This is where they were before Chris Paul came over.
Right.
You know? So like he's down. They don't have a backup point guard behind him that can elevate them or put them to that point. So even if Devin Booker does go and average 30 points a game, it looks just like how it did before this crazy run. Like he was doing that before. He was scoring 50 points and stuff like that before, but they didn't have Chris Paul. So I do think that that's a team that could drop, especially if Devin Booker and Chris Paul don't come back and get right back to where they were. So I think that's mine.
Yeah. The Suns are also in this weird period where they're selling the team and like can't make any trades or anything.
That's the craziest thing is that they are absolutely caught in a legal quagmire.
Yeah. Yeah. We know their pain. Like they I don't even know if they could blow it up if they wanted to. I don't know if they can be buyers if they want to be buyers. So they might just kind of be in this malaise. I have to think that the NBA is going to find some way to get the Lakers into the play-in, though. I would bet when this is all said and done, somehow, some way, the Lakers sneak in to the play-in.
It's like, oh wow, Scott Foster's reffing the 8th straight Lakers game. This is really
will
weird.
Happen.
Unprecedented.
Just, all of a sudden, there's the Lakers are the 10, just like that.
I agree that the Lakers are probably going to make the play-in.
The Jazz are going to fall.
Timberwolves, maybe they're figuring some things out, but maybe not. Blazers have been in this real rut. I like the Suns pick, but I'm not going to go with it because I still think that we're assuming they're most combustible. There is this future where it's like untenable. They have to make moves, and they just have to kind of punt on this season. That's very likely. But if that doesn't happen, if they just like, well, you guys will grin and bear it and get through this season and we'll make moves in the offseason, which is also extremely possible, they're good enough that they'll get in. They're better than Minnesota. They're better than Portland.
If they get Cam Johnson and
Devin
Booker back, I mean, like then they have a good starting lineup again.
But the question is, and I think there's a little bit of this behind the scenes where the team is like, we're ready to move on, and like they're good enough that even with that they can get in. But I don't know that they're just going to go back to a 55 win pace when those guys get back. I think that there might be a little bit of divorced parents that are like, you know what? We just have to get through this one last vacation, and then you can go off.
I mean, listen, no one wants to dance on their graves more than I do. I just feel like, we know what it's like to be in the middle of like it, not having somebody back. It feels so hopeless. And then all of a sudden you get like new people back in and you're like, oh, okay, we actually are much better.
But the reports are that it's more than that. Like if it was just the injury and like these guys are all like, we're rooting for each other, but it's not that. Like it's clearly there's a disconnect with the team as well. And that's why I said it's the divorced parents. Nonetheless, even with that, they're good enough to beat this. To me, I look at Minnesota and I look at Portland as the two teams where I'm like, I think Portland's going to rebound. I think they're good enough. They just got Gary Payton. I think they'll be good. But Minnesota's the one I look at and I go, I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be a bad team that just like they've only had success when like one of their guys has been out and then they get a rhythm going. But
yeah,
I think Minnesota might be the team that we're like,
poor Tim Connelly. Is Cat out for like the whole year? How like, do we know? Because like they clearly need him like super bad.
I saw he was celebrating Call of Duty player's retirement today. Did you see that?
Sounds right.
That's what he posted on Twitter.
Sounds right. Guys, I don't know if you've been watching the NBA lately.
No.
Alperen Şengün is having himself a week reminiscent of Jokmis. We got Şengünmas.
Yeah, dude. It's the season of Şengün.
The season of Şengün. He had his first triple-double. You know, he's
Şengünica.
Oh, yeah. All right, now.
Yeah, we got to do Şengünica. Şengünica's a good one. Oh, my goodness. Şengünica is upon us. He had his first triple-double. You know he wanted a triple-double so bad. He got his first one. And how about this for a first triple-double? 10, 10, and 10.
Of course.
So that is a triple double.
That is a triple double, man.
That's a triple double. You can look back and be like, oh yeah, the 10-10-10 game.
Yeah, the 10-10-10.
That's when it all
But then he
changed.
completely validates it, you guys, by getting just a couple games later. Listen to this stat line for a second-year player: 33, 15, 6, 4 blocks, 14 of 17 shooting. That's a hell of a stat line for a big. And also, I should tell you another thing that happened this last week is you always love when another team flames another team incidentally.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Anthony Edwards was
course.
like, they need to play through that guy. We had a game plan for him.
The second
Not these
player.
other bums that keep taking all the shots.
The second player this season that has said they need to play through him more.
Man, am I a player? I've been yelling about this. I've decided to take this on as my Brendan vote hatred of the Celtics. My hatred of the way the Houston Rockets play basketball.
Because they play the dumbest basketball in the world.
The Jalen Green-led Houston Rockets are such an affront to basketball. It is so ridiculous that they haven't figured out how to run their offense through Alperen Şengün. He is an absolute, like, the same prototype player. I mean, he's not obviously not as good as Nikola Jokic, but
you know, he has some skills, and he's young enough that I think we should give him the, like, you know what, there's something here. And he's more athletic than Jokic. Like, every now and then he gets a guy.
And they don't run the offense through him. Like, this is him just, like, getting it and figuring it out early in his career. Think about if they gave him the ball, if they put the ball in his hands, he'd be able to put up these type of stat lines a little bit more often. These are a lot of guys that just want a gun. Every single one of their players is just trying to score. So when they finally have put the ball in his hands, he's made the right play. Somebody's going to, like, take on to that, especially when they want to start winning games and say, this is the guy that we go through when we want winning. So I think it is a lot more Jokic than we think, because we're just looking at it from the standpoint of this is a guy that can just pass it. But no, he can fill up the whole stat sheet. It just hasn't went that way because he doesn't get the ball.
I 100% agree. It does remind me. I always said, like, Jokic was the first one in, and it made a big difference that he was. If Jokic would have came in 2 years after Murray and a year after MPJ, I think we would have seen similar things there, where it's like, okay, those guys are getting the leash to take all these shots, and they're growing into the players they're going to become, and Jokic has to kind of fit in where he fits in. But instead, Jokic was the first one in, and he got to establish himself first.
That's the other thing. Like, this is when people like the Fire Malone crowd. You have to be like, listen, like, Malone was given Jokic, and you can see other players or other coaches around the league, when they're given a player like Jokic, have no idea how to use him. But be it assistant coaches, whatever, like, Malone was able to figure out how to unlock Jokic, and that can't be overlooked.
Yeah. I mean, there have been coaches, though, that have used them. Like Miami, for example, uses Bam Adebayo. It's not everyone, though.
It's not a given that you just have a talent like
Steven
that.
Silas might be the...
Perhaps.
He might be a sneaky tank coach, too. Like, he might have been brought in to not be good at... all right, let's open up DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Let's make some money. Knock on wood, I've been on a heater lately. Ooh. Which means Dev's been on a heater because I just bet what he tells me.
That just means the Nuggets have been on a heater.
And it also means
we're not taking away from this.
We'll do them afterwards because we got to get these bets in. Remind me afterwards, K-Cal.
Let's get quick on this since we have some super chats to get.
100% boost for any bet on today's NBA games.
Oh, I need to get in.
Get in on that.
So Nuggets coming to this game as 5.5-point favorites, and I think that the Nuggets are going to take care of business.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Well, first off, Portland is always a team you have to take serious. They are always losing in the first half, actually, and then they come back in the second half. So if you do take Lillard's stats, wait till halftime. He's going to hit his over whatever it is at the half. So if you want to get like a for sure bet in, do the Nuggets first half bet. I think it's probably like 2.5 or 3. They always take off from Portland, and then they come back. So that's a good one to go with.
Denver, it's 3-point lead at that.
That's the one that you would take. As far as the over-under, it's at 238. I'm not going to take the over-under, but that does make me happy because it lets you know that there is a lot of player stats that you could get in this. It's going to be a fast-paced game. Portland has been getting lit up. They got lit up by Mavericks without Luka. So just imagine what Denver could do with them, do to them. When we go to the player props, we're going to go straight to Nikola Jokic.
Ooh.
We'll just lock it in. His points, rebounds, and assists, he's going to get it. It's super
You saw that
easy.
outfit.
Harrison, what is his stat line that you think he's going to get tonight?
I predicted, let me see here, 40, 15, and 12.
and his points, rebounds, and assists is at 47.5.
Yeah.
He's going to get it. They have his points too low. He decides to eat up Nurkic every single time. Nurkic probably will foul out in this game, so I'm going to lock in his points, rebounds, and assists. Another player that's been playing extremely well is the combos. Is going to be Aaron Gordon. His points and rebounds has been great just because he's grabbed every single rebound that has come his way. He's also scoring a lot easier, and they keep putting his points too low, just way too low. We're just going to do his points and rebounds.
23.5.
23.5. It's easy. Like, you might as well lock it in.
As
far as Portland side of thing, Lillard's going to score 30 points. That's what his points are at right now, 30. He's averaging like 38 for like the last month or whatever.
Okay.
He even has a 50 ball. Just throw in his points. He gets it every single time against Denver. His threes are only at 3.5. He'll get it. Go back to Denver's side of things. Cookie Monster has been excellent. He also has been knocking down three-pointers. They got his three-pointers only at 0.5.
Still.
It's a steal. He's going to hit
the
a
juice?
three.
What's the juice?
Well, you could do the 1+ if you put it in the
parlay.
in the same game parlay.
Yeah.
Is what
Minus
you're doing.
155.
Also, his steals is one that I like. He gets it done.
Okay.
On that side. So you might as well throw in Jokic steals.
All right.
Anything else that we
We'll do that same game parlay then. So we'll get threes. I like the Jokic to take a 3 tonight against Nurk. He always does it. So I think he's going to get 1+3.
He did it last time.
He's going to
burn me on this last time.
Steals. I do like Cookie Monster as well. He's been getting his steals. So we're just going to add a Jokic steals prop to this. Minus 380. Man, they're caught on to his steals. They know he's getting those.
really
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back to the threes just because I like these threes bets. They're just fun to do. Michael Porter tonight, you know, what's he been talking about? Getting some dunks and stuff lately? I think
to the rim.
Getting to the rim. But I think he's going to knock down 2 threes tonight as well. Do we want to add Bones to this, or has he been too volatile coming off an injury?
I mean, they are at home. He loves playing in front of that home crowd.
Who's their backup big? Do you remember?
Great question.
Do we get a Zeke Naji rebound prop? I haven't bet on Zeke Naji all year. Oh, they don't give him to us. We don't get Zeke Naji props. The moment they do, I'm going to take it though, just for fun.
Drew Eubanks.
It's Drew Eubanks. All right. What about Michael Porter rebounds? That's another way he flashes sort of his athleticism is through rebounds.
Yeah, and I mean the Blazers are a smaller team. You know, they got Jeremy Grant at the 4.
You know what? I'm going to
We know he's not a great rebounder.
I'm going to take 5.5 rebounds there. That gets my juice.
Yeah,
that gets my juice up a little bit. I'm going to profit boost this one. Oh, yeah. Profit boost that one up to plus 900. Wow, that's how you know it was a bad bet. That's how you know it was bad. But you know what? I'm feeling it, so I'm going to put my bet down. All right, I love it. Nugget, Jokic, 3-pointer. Jokic, steal. Michael Porter, 2 3-pointers. Michael Porter, 5.5 rebounds. Doesn't sound that crazy. None of those sound crazy to me.
It does look like Vlatko Čančar is playing tonight, if that changes any of your bets.
I wouldn't have taken so many threes from Michael Porter, or rebounds from Michael Porter. All right, what do we got? Some super chats? Let's read them. 104.3 is the Blerick of sports stations. My God, Carl, that was great. That's so true. They are the Blerick. My God. Oh, Jesus. Half the super chats to D-Line for giving us the content we love, and half to Dev for bringing us the cash we love through the bets. King Bill with the shout out. And then Brad says, all the BS with the other sports media company is stupid. After I read the story today, I decided to become a diehard because you guys have made my fandom elevate to
Thank you,
diehard,
Brad.
even in another state.
That means a lot to us, man.
It really does,
Thank you.
man. I'm telling you, it really does mean a lot. It validates all of the work that we are trying to put in to bring this to you.
Absolutely.
We are fighting upstream constantly, and I've put literally all of my life force into this company.
It's so true.
If it doesn't work, I will die.
He jokes.
He's
but
not kidding.
He's joking, but I don't know. It's like
literally all of my life force.
it really has, man. Like, and that's why I say, like, you know, we appreciate when people become diehards because as much as that is access, Harrison's been on a I don't know if you guys have seen this. Harrison is on a heater right now.
Absolutely.
If we had to rank the like most on fire people in Denver right now, Jokic is number 1. I mean, come on, Harrison, you're not that good.
I'll take that.
Harrison's probably right there, number 2.
Dude, Harrison
probably
is
somewhere
All right,
right
I'll take
there.
it.
I don't even like. I don't like reading. I'm not. Harrison's been writing.
You're a visual guy. We know
He's been writing bangers.
So it's not just that. It's not just the discount. It's not the free T-shirt and the discount on all the merch and that stuff too. It's also just like a way of you saying, "Hey, we love what you're doing and we want it to continue to exist. We want Eric to continue to be alive." It's all of those things, and we appreciate it.
Don't focus on that.
And it's also a middle finger to all of those imposters that are trying to not do any of the work and just confuse you into giving them their money. Hit the like button on the way out. Nuggets, let's go.
Let's go.